3, 2, go. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing this fine day on Tuesday, the 4th of May? I do not know about you guys. I don't know about you, but before I say what I have to say, let me introduce. I'm your host, Andre Ross. And
Hey, everyone.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So, Caleb, I've been hearing all day, may the 4th be with you. What is that all about?
Oh, dude, it's a Star Wars
It's
thing.
a Star Wars thing,
Yeah,
eh? Oh,
because
okay.
it's May the 4th, and like May the Force be with you is a thing, right?
Wow, it goes to show how much I know about Star Wars.
Yeah.
But we have a fun night ahead tonight. We have a guest speaker, which we'll be introducing very soon. She's a superstar. We'll talk a little bit about that in a few moments. But how was your day, Caleb?
Actually pretty chill.
Pretty chill?
Yeah, I've been last week I did a little bit of overtime, so today I took some like downtime hours.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was pretty chill. Played a little Xbox.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know.
All right. My day was not so chill. It was pretty
No?
stressful. from 8 o'clock this morning until 5. But enough about me. So let's move on. We have a few announcements before we get started. So Caleb's going to put that all together. Tonight we're going to be talking about Gideon, and our guest speaker, superstar extraordinaire, is going to be sharing. And we talk a little bit about her in just a few moments, but a few announcements before we get rolling.
Yeah,
And,
before we get to that, I don't know, whatever.
announcements.
We're just gonna do a few announcements. So first off, if you haven't yet, you can email us at wbicstudents@gmail.com if you have any just questions or suggestions for the show or whatever you'd want to say. I don't know. We're all ears.
Yep.
If you haven't checked out our Instagram page, we are at WellMBIC Youth. So yeah, you can follow us, and we kind of post reminders sometimes, maybe a few additional things as well. And then make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at WBIC Students, where we're at right now. And then next, just so everyone knows, if you're new, or it's just a reminder, we are being safe here. We are socially distanced. We're at least 6 feet apart. So if you're wondering if you're seeing us not wearing masks, we are actually being safe. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so we just want to say a great shout out to everyone that's on tonight. So we have Chloe. Hey, Chloe. We have Ava. We have Ember. We have Jocelyn, Isaiah, Xavier, Isaiah. Who else do we have? Riley. Hey, Riley. Am I missing anyone? We have Aiden, Ronan, Wyatt. Welcome. Adela, Jocelyn, Lauren, and a few other people chiming in. So if I missed your name, just give me a shout out so we can say hello to you. Hey, Chloe, how's the goat doing? Oh, there's Noah, just joined us. Hey, Noah, welcome. So without any further ado, as you guys come on, just give me a shout out so I can say hello to you. We miss you guys. We can't wait to meet in person again. But tonight we have a special guest, and I know I gave away part of it. It is a girl. It is a she, yes. But she's going to be joining our team for the next 2 months until the beginning of July, July 2nd. She's part of a flow program that the BIC Canada does. So she's an intern.
And if you're wondering like what BIC Canada is, so as a church, like we're WellMBIC Church. We're part of this kind of basically like a group.
Yeah, bigger church community.
Kind of like a network of churches where we're all kind of connected. We all kind of believe the same stuff. And that is called BIC Canada. So BIC Canada has a really cool internship program called Flow. And this individual is going to be kind of doing that internship program with our church for a bit.
Yeah. So without any further ado, we're going to introduce superstar extraordinaire straight from Hollywood. No, she's not from Hollywood. She's from, I'll let her explain herself. So we want to welcome Avery Tone. So welcome. Everyone, you can just give her a round of applause. Yeah, welcome. She's going to be working with us, like I said, for the next 2 months. And tonight she has the pleasure of running the show tonight. So we'll be here with her, and we're going to have some fun with her. She's going to be bringing the word. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Avery.
Yeah, so I'm not from Hollywood.
Oh, I got that wrong.
I'm actually from Fort Erie. That's where I live.
That's close enough.
Yeah. Yeah, right in the chat if you've been there. I'm sure a lot of you have.
Driven through.
Maybe driving to the States or something like that.
But yeah, I'm going to be here for 2 months. I'm really excited to learn from you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn from me and we can do this together. So
yeah.
All right. If one of the leaders can give, it looks like Riley might be having problems getting on. If you can just give her a hand with that or let her know what she can do. So like I said, Avery's going to be joining us tonight. And for every Tuesday for the next 2 months, she's going to be learning from us. We're going to be learning from her, and she's going to be interning with us. So it's going to be amazing. We're going to get to pick on her a lot.
Yeah,
well in style.
I don't have to talk as much.
Oh, no, he's going to be talking. He's not getting off the hook that easy. So what we do with every new person that join us, we get to play a lovely game called 2 Truths, 1 Lie. Did I say that right? Because I always say 2 lies, 1 truth. All right. So we're going to get a chance to get to know Avery. Now, on Sunday, we're going to do an interview. So you're going to get to know more about Avery on our Sunday service.
Tune in on that if you want to
really get to know her.
Hear the deets.
Yeah, the deets.
I don't even know. Do they say that these days anymore?
Probably not.
Oh, so you're old too.
I don't know. That was a thing like back, I don't know, in college.
The deets.
I feel old. that was a saying back when I was in college.
So we're going to pass it off to Avery. But just to let you guys know, this is the last night to win a gift card. Now, this one is a $5 gift card tonight. $5 gift card to Burger King.
Yes, we're starting out from the bottom.
We're starting. All right.
Start from the bottom.
Start from the bottom, work our way up.
And we're still here.
We're still here. So it's going to be $5 tonight. Every time you get it right with Avery, because she's going to do a multiple choice question at the end as well.
Some multiple choice, some true and false.
Yep.
2 points across the board.
Pretty
we may
easy.
change it up a little bit, but we're going to start right off. If you can guess which is the truth, which is a lie. Oh, sorry, which is the lie, which is a lie, you get yourself 2 points.
Yes.
Kind of like what we did when Lauren joined us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so when she asks a question or lists the 2 truths and a lie, write in which one you think is the lie, either A, B, or C.
Yep. To make it easy, and then we would go from there.
How many points per thing?
Well, what we'll do is we'll start off 2 points basic, and then Avery can decide if she thinks it's a tough one, she can get bonus points.
Go to 3 or something like that.
3 or 4.
There you go.
Yeah, it's Avery's show tonight.
Yes, it's the Avery show.
All right, so take it away, Avery.
Okay.
Now, I don't know any of these. I shouldn't know any of these because
I think you sneaked a little bit of a look.
I don't sneak a look.
He does that. He totally does that.
I had my sheet down and I
like,
could see he was looking
like
at
the other week we were doing a game and like he totally looked over.
I did not sneak a look.
He looked over all the questions, knew all the answers, and he still
did not.
answered like he didn't see it.
You guys know the truth.
He may know some of them because he did talk to my mother.
Yes, I did talk to her mom.
To be fair, and when he did do that, he didn't actually he didn't take any points, so it was still
I can't
fair.
get any points. All right, so now we're gonna pass it off to Avery.
Okay, so round 1. This one's kind of easy. I feel like you guys will get it. So, A, my middle name is Marie. I like the music.
Thanks.
B, I've never swam in an ocean before.
Ooh.
C, I'm 18 years old.
Well, I know one of the truths. Okay, can you repeat that again?
A. My middle name is Marie. B. I've never swam in an ocean before. C. I am 18 years old.
Is this great? Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah. All right, so we have some answers coming in. Isaiah and Xavier both say it's C. All right.
Lauren says it's B.
Lauren says it's B. Okay. Amber says it's B. Chloe says it's C. Justin says swam in the ocean. Which one was that? A, B, or C?
That was B.
B.
yeah.
So Justin says B. Adela says C. No, there's no, I mean, you either know this or you don't, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sure none of you guys have met her. So don't feel bad if you don't know this. We just thought it would make it kind of fun. So answers are streaming in pretty quickly here. Okay, Ava says C. So which is it?
Wait.
Oh,
You don't know this. Or maybe you do. I don't know.
the drum roll?
Yeah.
So the answer
The
is.
answer is.
The lie is A.
Okay.
Which is?
My middle name is Marie. It's not.
Oh, there you go.
So you have swam in the ocean.
No, I haven't.
Wait, what was the.
I've never swam in an
Oh,
ocean.
that,
before.
yeah, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
That is true.
true.
You never swam in the ocean. So
Right.
if you guess A, give yourself 2 points.
I think
Wait.
I only saw one A.
Wait, what were the the things again?
So A, my middle name is Marie. That's the lie.
Okay.
B, I've never swam in an ocean before. That's true. And then C, I am 18 years old.
Oh, okay. There you go.
She's a young buck.
There you go.
I was 18 years old, 29 years old. No, wait, what am I saying? Wow. 12 years. No, yes. Well, it will be 13. Math is not becoming of me today. 23 years ago. Wow.
Here's a question. Since you're a young person. Is sus still a saying?
I don't use it, but I hear it sometimes.
Okay.
So you're not that old yet.
I heard it from a friend who's a youth leader, so like it's not like he really knew it either because he heard it from a youth kid.
You're trying to keep up to date.
Yeah. You know, I don't want the kids thinking like. Although, if I'm trying to figure out what the in words are, I'm already out.
All right, number 2.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Round 2. A, I've only lived in the Niagara region
Caleb.
for a few years.
Okay.
B, I have a collection of 15 colored bandanas.
Ooh.
C, my sister and I got stuck on a slide when we were younger.
All right, can you repeat that again?
Yeah. So A, I've only lived in the Niagara region for a few years. B, I have a collection of 15 colored bandanas. Or C, my sister and I got stuck on a slide when we were younger.
That's a lot of colors. Are there even that many colors?
15? Oh, there's all kinds of shades of colors.
I guess.
I think it's the...
Wait, primary or secondary?
Don't overcomplicate it, Caleb.
Like
All
primary or secondary colors?
Someone's asking, how did you get stuck? That's a trick question because
Oh,
if she answers
yeah.
that, it could be then it's true.
That's not a fair question.
That's a trick question. Okay, so we have some answers coming in. If you can repeat that one more time, let's see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. A, I've only lived in the Niagara region for a few years. B, I have a collection of 15 colored bandanas. Or C, my sister and I got stuck on a slide when we were younger.
I'm going to guess B. I think that's the lie.
What type of bandanas?
Don't answer that.
Like
That's a trick
the
question.
sport ones or like bandanas that like cowboys would have?
Like the what? For like camp. Like, you know, like the camp bandanas.
What are camp bandanas?
I don't know.
Don't answer that. He's trying to get information out of you. So we have some answers here.
You're very sneaky.
Someone's
Caleb.
asking, what are bandanas? I guess you can wear it around your head.
Yeah.
It's
like
like
a
yeah, it's well,
Like a
it
handkerchief
depends
that
on
you-
which ones they are.
yeah.
I think
It doesn't
like,
matter.
Yeah.
Like the ones that you like, the ones that you fold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they usually have a design over them. I don't know, like a
Yeah.
cowboy would have.
yeah,
them.
yeah. Sometimes they wear it on their necks. You can put it
Yeah,
on your
those
head.
ones.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's rolled up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's the lie. I don't know.
Interesting.
What do you think the lie is?
I already put in the chat. I think it's B
Think it's
because
B?
she didn't know enough details. For
See, I knew it was a trick, but it could be a reverse trick.
Or maybe it's a camp thing where she has so many because she's been at camp so many years.
times. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
But they didn't know that.
Is she old enough? Wait, she's 18 though.
No, but the audience doesn't know that.
So like she would be like 3 when she started to have 15.
I don't know.
Likely story.
Likely story. So, what is the right answer, Avery?
Here we go.
So-
Wait.
You mean the wrong answer?
Sorry, what is the lie? What is the lie? Yes.
It's B. I don't have.
Boom.
I don't have 15. I actually have 22.
What? I didn't even think she would have reached 15. Okay, so
Okay, so when I was suspicious about her having 15, because I was like, who has 15?
Wow. So I'm going to be asking that in the interviews tomorrow.
I
Tell
still
me a little
won,
bit
though.
About your bandanas.
I still won.
Yeah, I said bandanas. I think we have time for one or two more.
Okay.
All right. So the next one is.
Okay. Round 3. I was supposed to go to Australia last fall. B. I have a scar on my eyelid.
Like underneath or like on top?
I can't answer any questions.
Good,
C.
good, very good.
I'm allergic to nuts and strawberries.
Let me go get some peanuts. Just kidding. That'd be horrible. Don't do that, kids.
All right. Can you repeat that again?
Okay. A. I was supposed to go to Australia last fall. B. I have a scar on my eyelid. C. I'm allergic to nuts and strawberries.
That's definitely a tricky one. I'm not too sure what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is?
What I think it is. I need to hear it one more time.
Okay. So A. I was supposed to go to Australia last fall. B. I have a scar on my eyelid. C. I'm allergic to nuts and strawberries.
So we have some answers coming in.
Strawberries. That's a
And I mean nuts.
What type of strawberries?
I can't ask that question. I am going to say she's allergic to nut. No, that's kind of specific though. Nuts and strawberry. I'm
But
gonna
it could
say-
be specific because it could be like nuts and raspberries. Like she could just be
True.
switching up that
I'm
way.
trying to mess with us. I am going to say B again.
I see
think-
deceit in her eyes.
But no scar?
That's not covered up by a scar.
Well, I don't see a scar, but then again, she's kind of, 10, 12 feet away?
I am wearing some makeup too.
Oh.
Little concealer.
But that's a brave one to try to do the scar thing, even with makeup. So I'm going to say
Slash,
B.
maybe the makeup, maybe like if she put makeup on, maybe she's insecure about it. So why would she bring it up now then?
True.
You're reading way too much into this.
Way too much.
Psychology.
All right. So all the answers are in. What do you think it is?
Oh man, I think it's probably the nuts and strawberries.
Yeah. So you're going C.
Wait, what was the first one?
I was supposed to go to Australia last fall.
That seemed. Wait, it could be a different place though. Oh man, I'm.
Overthinking it.
I'm just-
Overthinking it.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's B. I think it's B.
You think it's B?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Watch you be wrong. I'm gonna go A.
You're going to go A?
Yeah. What is the answer?
And
Here we
what
go.
What is the lie?
You're both wrong. It's C.
Oh no!
So you are. So that's good to know. Strawberry.
No, that's the lie.
That's a lot. Wait, what's the lie?
I'm allergic to nuts and strawberries. I'm not. I love nuts.
What
and
did you
strawberries.
pick?
You said you said
I
you
said B,
Yeah.
which is.
I do have a little scar on my eyelid right
I
there.
thought that
Oh,
was the lie.
okay.
Oh, I was
So
looking
C is
above
so
her
C is
eyebrow.
the lie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm confused. Oh, okay.
See,
So
she plays well then.
if you picked C, you're
You're right.
correct.
So let's see what everyone's point standings
Man.
are while we get ready to jump into the word. I think we have time for one more, but let's
Sure.
see what how many points everyone has so far.
This is tricky. This is hard. Like,
I didn't think it was gonna be this hard for you.
although I got
guys.
one.
You
So
got- Did I get any?
you didn't get last one.
I don't know.
I got the last one.
But just to remind everyone, same rules apply. If the leaders win tonight, the gift card goes into the pot and it goes up to $15 next time. If the students win, obviously the student with the highest amount of points win. Last time the students won $20 to Burger King. I had to look at it for a while because I forgot. So I think we have time for one more before we jump into tonight's.
Before we do that,
message.
though,
Mm-hmm.
Burger King.
Yes.
We're going to start buying gift cards from somewhere else if you don't sponsor us.
Yes, we haven't heard from you guys.
Yeah, we
yet.
haven't heard from you. We showed our email. wbacstudents@gmail.com.
Did you email them though?
No, why,
No.
no, they have to come for us.
So now they're not going to come.
They
for
have
show.
to ask us out.
No. You guys are playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing hard to
We're
get.
worth something. Man.
All right, so I think we have time for one more, and so we're gonna have you ask. This is what, round 4?
Round
Yeah.
4? Yeah.
So because it's the last round before the message, you want to up the points?
Oh.
How many points you want
okay.
to give this one?
We'll do 4.
4. Wow.
Wow.
Big spender over here.
Big spender.
Big
I feel, like
spender.
I feel like you guys aren't gonna get that.
Well, that's fair enough. So
I don't know.
take it away. Round
Here
4.
we go.
Or maybe you will. We'll see. I don't know. So round 4. A, I am half Irish. B, I have a fake tooth. C, I am a midnight snacker.
I think everyone's a midnight snacker.
Jeez, those are tough indeed. Can you repeat that?
So A, I am half Irish.
She's not Dutch. I know that.
Yes.
B, I have a fake tooth. C, I am a midnight snacker.
So which is the lie? Well, she has the dark hair, so she could be Irish.
Yeah, I could see that.
The
Or
late-
Russian.
Late night snacker.
I'm just kidding.
Late night snacker.
Thing is, everyone's a late night snacker, though.
That's a tough one. Can you read that one more time for our audience?
Yep.
As they're putting that. This one is worth 4 points. So remember that. You got to get this
Yes.
one right.
You
Could-
gotta.
Could catapult you right into the lead.
So A, I am half Irish. B, I have a fake tooth. Or C, I am a midnight snacker.
Define fake tooth.
Nope. No, don't you answer that. Which is the lie? This is a tough one.
Is it, though? I feel like I'm, like, guessing as much as I would for the other ones.
Fair enough. I'm going to say she did get stuck on a slide. So she might be accident prone. So the tooth thing might be real. The half Irish. What was the other one?
I'm a midnight snacker. You have seen my mom.
Yes, but I can't tell. But your dad could be Irish. I don't know.
We
I
don't know.
I'm going to say the lie is she's a midnight snacker. I don't think she stays up, but then she is young. She might stay up late because she's younger. Not like
Everyone
old.
does.
I can't.
Or
this
maybe
is a
she's
tough
just a
one.
good person.
You know what? I'm going to stick with. I'm going to say the late night snacker thing is the. But it's so odd. It's so random. I'm going to say half Irish. She's not half Irish. She's not half Irish.
She's like a quarter.
Maybe. I'm going to say she's not half Irish.
What was the first one? Oh, fake tooth, right?
No, the
B
first
was
one-
fake tooth.
Oh, okay.
So we have these answers coming in. Midnight snacker. C is the lie. Let's see. The answers are all over the place, so she's doing a good job.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Irish.
Yeah. All right. So
You don't think I'm Irish?
Well, I just
half
feel
Irish.
I feel like it could be like full Irish or like you're like a quarter Irish.
Do I look full Irish though?
I don't know.
You know what though? She does have an Irish look.
Do your best Irish accent.
That's not gonna go over well.
It could
All
be
right.
fun though.
Let's
Might
let
offend some people.
yes. So let's see what is the lie.
I don't have a fake tooth.
No. That was good. That was really
good. That was
convincing.
good.
So I am half Irish and I am a midnight snacker.
See, I should have stuck with my guns because she does have a bit
Wait,
of
did you
Irish.
did you do Midnight Snacker?
Which one did I do?
Which one did you do?
I think I changed my answer.
You said that I'm not Irish.
Not Irish.
Oh, so we
Yes.
both said that.
Yeah, so we're both wrong.
That's okay.
All right, let's see what everyone's points are while Avery gets set up
Way to go. Way to
for
go.
her message. Looks like, let's see here. Xavier has 8 points. Chloe has 6 points. Jocelyn has 2. Ember has 4. Isaiah has 6. So it looks like so far the kids are crushing it. But it's still early. Ava
Yeah.
has 2 points.
We will be doing more, hopefully doing more stuff
Yeah.
later on.
Later on, for sure. Adela has 4 points. Ronan or Wyatt has 2 points.
That last one was 4 points, if you're wondering.
Yes, 4
So-
points. So whatever you had before, add 4 points. Okay. Riley has 8 points. So we have a 2-way tie for first place.
Ooh.
Xavier and
Wow.
Riley. Aiden has 0 points. Poor guy.
I at least have 2. So
Yeah.
There's-
I don't know
there's
if I
that.
got any right.
I think you got 1.
definitely didn't get that last one right.
I think you got the one before it right.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I can't win anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And that was worth 4 points,
Well,
right? Yep. That
none-
last one was 4.
None of the leaders can either because we still don't get our prizes.
Oh, here we go again with that. All right. So, Chloe has 8 points. So we have a 3-way tie for first place. So now, guys, we're going to jump right in. We're going to be talking a little bit about Gideon. And Avery's going to share with us from her perspective about Gideon from Judges chapter 6 and 7. Now, we're not going to read through the entire thing. We're going to break it down for you. And we have some discussion about it. If you have any questions, feel free to fire it off in the chat log. We'll try to answer those as much as we can. But we just want to dive into God's word because we're all about God's word and learning from him. Okay, so take it away, Avery.
Sorry, I'm just playing with my headphones.
It's all good.
I'm always playing with mine.
Yeah, my hair keeps getting caught in them. Okay.
Same.
Right. Okay. So, so like Andre said, we're going to be looking at Judges 6 to 8. And these 2 chapters, they look at Gideon, the Israelites, and the Midianites.
Mm-hmm.
And just for some background knowledge, so the Israelites were God's chosen people. And Gideon was also an Israelite. But the Midianites, they were a group of people that were always in conflict with Israel, and they made life very hard for the Israelites. And in some of the earlier chapters, it explains how the Israelites chose to disobey God by worshiping different idols and other gods. And obedience is a very common theme throughout these next few chapters, and we'll be talking about it quite a bit. So the chapter starts right off the bat with the Israelites not obeying God and just doing as they please by worshiping gods and idols. And an idol is basically an image used as an object for worship. So sometimes they would use, a piece of gold, like a little, I don't know, like a little figure that they would make.
Yeah, they would have like gold calves or
Yeah.
things like that.
Back in the day, yeah. But I mean, nowadays we have different types of idols. It could
Yeah.
be our iPhone. It could be YouTube. It could be
Our
anything
friends.
our friends that
Yeah.
we love more than hanging out with God,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So,
Yeah, they're definitely like more just distractions from that. I guess the devil could use to distract us from God and
from
his
God, yeah.
plan and
So,
stuff.
but in this case, a lot of the times back in those days, they had these images, and,
Yeah.
Asherah poles, and
Yep.
and they would worship Baal and all of these different
Yeah.
gods that were from the neighboring areas of
Yeah.
villages.
Where did I go? Oh, okay. And God decides to punish them because of this, and give them into the hands of the Midianites. So he basically gave them into the hands of their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And the Midianites were very cruel to them. They trampled all their crops, and they stole their animals and cattle, and the Israelites were basically left to starve. And then as a last resort, so not even right off the bat, they waited until it got so bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the Israelites finally begged God to help them. And so if we look at verses 7 to 10 in chapter 6, this is what it says. So when the Israelites cried out to the Lord because of Midian, he sent them a prophet who said, This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. I rescued you from the hand of the Egyptians, and I delivered you from the hand of all your oppressors. I drove them out before you and gave you their land. I said to you, I am the Lord your God. Do not worship the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you live. But you have not listened to me. So God was loving and gracious towards his people. He took them out of slavery, and they didn't even acknowledge that. They didn't care. They went back to, they adopted all these practices of the other nations and basically said, I don't care about what you want me to do, God. But God is a God. He's loving and he's gracious towards his people. And he wants us to turn back to him. So he gave them a second chance by sending them an angel. So if you look at verses 11 to 17, this is what it says. The angel of the Lord came and sat under the oak in Ophrah that belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, where his son Gideon was threshing wheat in a winepress to keep it from the Midianites. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. Pardon me, my lord, Gideon replied, but if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are all the wonders that our ancestors told us about when they said, Did the Lord not bring us out of Egypt? But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us to the hand of Midian. The Lord turned him and said, Go in the strength you have and save Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you? Pardon me, my lord, Gideon replied, but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family. The Lord answered, I will be with you, and you will strike down all the Midianites, leaving none alive. Gideon replied, If now I have found favor in your eyes, give me a sign that it is really you talking to me. So, he sends an angel to Gideon, an ordinary man, and gives him a very important task. Gideon is told to save Israel from the Midianites and that God will be with him. But Gideon is stubborn. He is stubborn in not only believing, but also stubborn in obedience and immediate action to God. So Gideon doesn't believe that it is God actually speaking to him. And so he prepares a sacrifice. And back then, if they wanted to confess their sins, we can talk to God, in conversation and confess, God, I'm sorry I did that. Back then they didn't do that. So they would get an animal and they would sacrifice it, and that's how they would repent. And so Gideon's sacrifices an animal, and the angel of the Lord, when he goes to sacrifices it, he touches it with the tip of his staff, and the whole sacrifice erupts in flames. Mm-hmm. And then the angel just disappears. And Gideon is left freaked out, and he thinks that he's going to die. And God's like, okay, I'm not gonna kill you. like you can relax. And that same night, God asks Gideon to do something very bold and something potentially very dangerous. He tells Gideon to tear down an altar to Baal. So Baal is an idol of another nation and culture. And he tells Gideon to rebuild an altar to the Lord instead. And so this is what verses 27 to 30 say. So Gideon took 10 of his servants and did as the Lord told him. But because he was afraid of his family and the townspeople, he did it at night rather than in the daytime. In the morning, when the people of the town got up, there was Baal's altar demolished, with Asherah pole beside it cut down, and the second bull sacrificed on the newly built altar. They asked each other, who did this? When they carefully investigated, they were told, Gideon, son of Joash, did it. The people of the town demanded Joash, bring out your son, he must die, because he has broken down Baal's altar and cut down the Asherah pole beside it. So Gideon did what was right, but he was still very criticized for it. And the townspeople wanted him dead. Mm-hmm. And luckily his father defends him and basically says that Baal is some powerful God, that he can defend himself if someone breaks down his altar. And basically says, like, let Baal fight his own battles.
So let's unpack this a little bit. So here we have Gideon, no, the people of Israel, crying out to God because of their own disobedience, right? They're following other gods. They're doing their own thing. They're crying out to God, Lord, why is this happening to us? And God sends Gideon.
Yep.
Right? But the funny thing is, when Avery was going through this with me, the funny thing is they're crying out to God. They're crying out to God. God is telling them, it's because of your sin these things are happening.
Yep.
And when Gideon now takes the initiative to tear down the idols, break them, the same people that are crying out to God, oh God, these things are happening to us, want to kill the man that's trying to help them to get back to God.
It's just interesting how like they're holding on to this idol that hasn't done anything for them. And when good times come around, they kind of forget about God, and then they try to make their own idol, which is kind of doesn't really make sense.
So the question we need to ask ourselves is, when things are good, do we think about God? All right, and Avery's going to share a little bit more about that. And, when God asks us to do things, are we quick to listen, right? Or do we question everything God says? Because we know the devil is not going to ask us to do something good. The devil is not going to say, do not worship idols, or do not spend 10 hours on your cell phone, screening through things when you could be doing more productive things. So we need to ask ourselves, and I want us to really think about this. When God speaks to us, are we quick to listen?
That's a good point. So, and Gideon is actually mocked for this. So they give him a nickname in verse 32 that says, so because Gideon broke down Baal's altar, they gave him the nickname Jerub Baal. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, close enough.
It's kind of ironic that they made fun of him when like they created a god, which is kind of counterintuitive.
Well, they were accepting like the gods from the nearby. Because God made it very clear: do not worship the gods of the cities that you've taken over.
Yeah.
Right. So, and what did they do?
Yeah.
Just the opposite.
Anyways, sorry. Bunny trail.
And so while all of this is happening, the Midianites, they join forces with the Amalekites. So if the Israelites thought that the Midian army was big, it's even bigger now. And Gideon feels God telling him to get ready for the battle. So he says in verse 34, then the Spirit of the Lord came on Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, summoning the Abiezrites to follow him. So he sends messengers all throughout Israel to spread the word to join them in the fight against the Midianites. And even though Gideon knows that God is with him, because he sent an angel, and the altar, like there was a miracle, the altar erupted in flames. Even though he knows that, he still asks God for a sign to prove it. And so, because he's not convinced, and he's still filled with disbelief and doubt. So he asks for a sign in verses 36 to 38. So Gideon said to God, if you will save Israel by my hand, as you have promised, look, I will place a wool fleece on the threshing floor. If there is dew only on the fleece and all around the ground is dry, then I will know that you will save Israel by my hand, as you have said. And this is what has happened. This is what happened. Gideon rose early the next day. He squeezed the fleece and wrung out the dew, a bowl full of water. So God pulled through on the sign. He did exactly as Gideon said. And he's still not convinced in the next verse. So
you're telling me he put a fleece out. He said, Lord, make the fleece wet and the ground dry overnight. Not only was it wet, he wrung out a bowl of water, right? And everywhere else was dry.
Yeah, he's not an overly confident person.
Right? But, I mean, we need to ask ourselves, if God is calling us back in those days to fight a war against a mighty army, I believe this army had 135,000 soldiers.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
there
It was
a
a
lot.
big army. You know,
Pretty scary.
we might be a little bit hard on Gideon, but let's think about this. He's been asked to fight a war that under normal circumstances is unwinnable, right? They've been oppressed by the Midianites, and now the Amalekites are joining up with them, so their army is twice as big. These guys are ruthless, right? They don't have a whole lot of weapons. They don't have a lot of fighting abilities and all that. Here is Gideon, who is from one of the smallest tribes, right? And his family is one of the least in those tribes. So this is basically, quote unquote, a nobody in the whole Jewish community. And he's being asked to fight against an immense army. Now, the question is, why would God do that?
Yeah, and this is like kind of a theme that we've seen in the past few stories that we've talked about, is that God likes to use ordinary people that you wouldn't normally think he would use. Like he uses Abraham, he uses like just people that would be unlikely technically, and he uses basically anyone for his plan.
Greater purpose. Yeah.
And so, it's funny how in the next verse, he asks for another sign. And it says, then Gideon said to God, "Do not be angry with me. Let me make just one more request. Allow me one more test with the fleece, but this time make the fleece dry and let the ground be covered with dew." So he basically flips the test because he's still not convinced. And God does, he pulls through. He does it. And
so now this time, he doesn't want the fleece wet.
yeah.
He wants the ground wet, but the fleece to be dry.
Which if you let anything outside overnight, like especially during summer, like it's gonna be damp.
Yeah.
And especially in those countries back, well, not back then, even now, because it's very hot during the day and it gets cold at night. It condensates.
Yep.
So the first night, the fleece was wet, a bowl full.
Yeah.
The next night, the ground was wet and the fleece was dry. Right? So here is God in his grace. And God is merciful.
Yeah.
You know, and he understands this guy's a little doubtful. I'm going to, give him what he asked for just to build his confidence a bit. But there's a takeaway.
Yeah.
Wrong person.
We'll talk about that. So, and at this point, Gideon didn't have an excuse not to believe that God would do what he said he would do, because he's already been giving so many signs. And asking God sign, it's not faith because we're not trusting him to do what he said he would do. And in chapter 7, it kind of talks about how, Gideon and his men, they're camped out by the spring, and the Midianites, they're nearby. And then God tells Gideon, yeah, you have too many men.
So I believe he started off with 32,000.
Quite a few.
Right? So he started off with 32,000 soldiers. Well, they weren't really soldiers. They were like fighters. They weren't soldiers, trained soldiers.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is compared to the other
The Midianites
army,
and
plus the additional army that joined with them is
so here we
tiny.
have 32,000 soldiers going up against 135,000.
Yeah.
That's what, 3 times more, 4 times more?
The odds aren't in their favor.
Definitely not in their favor, but it gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, God tells Gideon, you have too many men, like, get rid of them. This is because God didn't want the Israelites to brag about how their own strength saved themselves. And God wanted to be able to show his power through complete impossible odds. And so he says, like, if anyone is scared, turn back and go home. And then they're left with 10,000 men. And if you thought that was bad, it gets worse for Gideon. So God still decides you have too many men. And so he tells Gideon to bring the men down to the water for a drink. So in chapter 7, verses 5 to 7, it says, So Gideon took the men down to the water. There the Lord told him, separate those who lap the water with their tongues as a dog laps from those who kneel down to drink. 300 of the men drank from cup hands, lapping like dogs. All the rest got down on their knees to drink. So Gideon is left with 300 men compared to, all those
The
men.
32,000
Yeah.
that he started with.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
went from 32,000 to
Yep.
10,000 to 300 against 130 something thousand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's one to a lot. Definitely not a winnable war by
No.
any means,
No.
right? But God is good.
Yeah, but Gideon is left very scared.
Yeah,
I feel like I would be too.
I know. I would be scared.
it's definitely a David and Goliath type of situation.
Yeah.
I think this is David against 10 Goliaths in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so God decides that night that he's going to deliver the Midianites into Israel's army that night. And so in 9 to 12, it says, during that night, the Lord said to Gideon, get up, go against the camp, because I'm going to give it to your hands. If you are afraid to attack, go down to the camp with your servant Purah and listen to what they are saying. Afterwards, you will be encouraged to attack the camp. So he and Purah, his servant, went down to the outpost of the camp. That's probably scary in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That took a lot of courage to do.
Yep.
And so God knew how scared Gideon was. And he basically says to him, I want to give you a boost of courage. I want to help you out. And so Gideon and his servant, they went down to the camp, and they overhear 2 Midianite soldiers talking about a dream one of them have, it's kind of a bizarre dream. I think I have weird dreams, but this one's kind of weird. And it's about a loaf of bread that tumbles into the Midianite camp, and it collapses a tent. And somehow the other soldier interprets this dream that God's going to give the Midianites into the hands of Israel. And basically says that Gideon and his men are going to win. And when Gideon hears this, he worships God and he thanks him and is filled with so much courage that he goes back to the camp and gets all the soldiers and tells them, like, get up. We gotta get ready.
All 300 soldiers.
Yep.
Yeah. And he gets them ready for battle. And this is how he gets them ready. He divides them into 3 groups. So 100, 100, 100. And he gives everyone a trumpet, a jar, and a torch.
They had a small budget.
Yeah. Those are their weapons. Like, God used ordinary objects and ordinary people to carry out this big plan.
Yep.
And in verses 17, it says, watch me, he told me. Follow my lead. When I get to the edge of the camp, do exactly as I do. When I and all who are with me blow their trumpets. When I and all who are with me blow our trumpets, then all from around the camp blow yours and shout, for the Lord and for Gideon. Gideon and the 100 men with him reached the edge of the camp at the beginning of the middle watch, just after they had changed the guard. They blew their trumpets and broke the jars that were in their hands. The 3 companies blew their trumpets and smashed the jars, grasping the torches in their left hands and holding in their right hands the trumpets they were to blow. They shouted, a sword for the Lord and for Gideon. While each man held his position around the camp, all the Midianites ran, crying out as they fled. So the Israelites caught the Midianites by surprise, to say the least. They did it in the dead of night. They have no idea what's going on, the Midianites. What's that noise? Where do we go? Who's here?
Yep.
Who's the enemy? They had no idea what to do. And so the Midianites were confused, and they ended up turning on their own people. And so the Midianites destroyed themselves, and the Israelites ended up winning. So
300
Yeah.
against. They were the original 300.
Well, technically not even to 300 because the other army destroyed themselves.
Yeah, right. But
Bit counterproductive.
yeah, but God definitely
Yeah.
stepped in this scenario where it's impossible for 300 men.
Yeah.
All these guys have to do is stand back and throw their, do their, and wipe them out.
Yeah,
right?
it really showed like God that it was God who did it. It wasn't like if there was 30,000, it was like okay, maybe
They had a chance.
maybe
right?
they just got really lucky, but yeah,
300,
300, wow.
no.
Yeah.
yep,
So there's quite a few takeaways and things that we can learn from this.
yes,
So so the first one is obedience to God shouldn't be a last resort. So we shouldn't wait to turn back to God until we've run out of options. So, maybe you have a really bad day at school and you're like, oh, okay, maybe if I go to my friend's house, that'll make me feel better. And then it doesn't. And, oh, maybe I'll eat a big bowl of ice cream and that doesn't work. Or
I sometimes do that.
and then, nothing works and you're like, oh, I guess I'll try God. We should just immediately go to God,
Yes.
Yeah.
whether it's a good day or a bad day.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I think that shows the story a lot because like on the good days they were just like, hey, like we don't have to follow God anymore because like we're good. But like it's also like the good days and the bad days for sure.
And we can avoid a lot of hurt if we trust God in our daily lives. But that doesn't mean there won't be tough times at all. But God will give us the strength to get through those tough times because we can lean on Him. His strength is. It doesn't run dry. Ours does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And a cool thing that we all need to know, and it says in God's word, God will never give us more than we can handle. Right? So if God is
Yes.
calling you to do something, He's going to equip you. God is not one of these people, hey, I want you to go fly, but not give you any wings. Right? Or I want you to, I don't know, go talk to a friend and not open up opportunities. We saw that right here. And we've seen it all throughout the Bible where God would be like, I want you to do this. It may seem impossible, but nothing's impossible for God. If He created the heavens and the earth and everything in it in 7 days or 6 days, rested on the seventh, what's some of the things that we go through? Nothing is impossible for God.
Yeah, I think there's a scripture. I think it's Philippians 4:13, where it says, "I can do all things through God
Christ who strengthens
Yes.
me. Yeah.
So like we could do all things, like whoever faces hits us throughout the day or throughout our week, with God's strength. Like if we ask for His help, He will get us through
Definitely help us. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have another one. So this one's kind of hits you right in the face.
Big slap.
Yeah. Obedience to God isn't popular. Yeah. And I have this quote here. When you begin to accomplish something for God, you may be criticized by the people who should support you.
That sometimes happens.
Yeah. And like the Israelites were God's people. And you'd think that they would support Gideon with trying to help them out and trying to bring them back to God. And they didn't. They ended up mocking him.
And calling him names. And,
Yeah, because he followed God's instructions.
Jerubal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was never called that in high school.
Well, you're lucky, I guess.
I guess so.
Jeru Caleb.
And the world may call us nicknames because we choose to follow God.
Yeah.
And God's going to give us strength. And God gives us an identity that is different from what the world calls us. So the world may call us, freak or weirdo or, whatever. But God has His own names for us that are good. He calls us loved. He knows that we're very valuable to Him.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, He has so many names for us.
And it kind of goes back to what we learned 2 weeks ago with Lauren. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Yep.
Right? So we are, I'm not saying that we should go around looking to be persecuted, but the moment you make a stand for God, right? And I'm not trying to scare anyone because it's a great thing to stand for God.
Yep.
And I know a lot of us are younger and so on, but it is never too early or too young to stand for God, right? I mean, I've been reading lately in, Kings and First Kings, Second Kings, and all that. One of the youngest kings was 8 years old, and he decided to stand for God and change.
Did you say 8?
8 years
Oh,
old.
wow.
Yes. What was his name? It's not Josiah. It's not coming to me right now.
James. No.
I read
Bill.
it but he stood for God at 8
Yeah.
years old when most of the kings prior to him did evil and worshiped Baal and had Asherah poles and worship idols. He decided to go against the grain and worship God.
Yep.
And he stood for God. And I'm sure it wasn't popular, but God was with him. And God will be with you, right? Trust me. I had a challenge this week that I did something contrary to what the world would normally do. I won't get into that right now, but you guys can tune in next week. Maybe I'll tell you what it is at work.
Or send us an email or
Yeah,
something.
and I'll
if
tell you what
want.
it is, but it's something that most people won't do. And I said, Lord, if you're calling me to do this, I will do it. It's weird. It is uncommon, but I will do it.
And unpopular.
And definitely unpopular. And I prayed about it. I said, God, I'm going to do it. And I did it. And it turned out to be well received, right? And I said, I'm going to keep doing it, right? So, Josiah, yes. Josiah is his name, yes. So you guys, many of you guys are, 12, 13, 14. We have an 18-year-old.
27.
27. So we're not too young to stand up for God in our own ways and to be obedient. If you feel that tug of God speaking to you, and you'll know many a times when God's speaking to you, because it's that still small voice. But when you have a relationship with God, it becomes easier and easier to hear him.
Yep. The more you get to know him by like reading scripture and stuff and praying about like good things and bad things, the more you'll hear that Holy Spirit guiding you and wherever he wants, he in his plan or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Good chat. So faith and trust must go hand in hand in obeying God.
Faith and trust.
So God will call us to do things that make zero sense. That's just how things are sometimes. But we always need to trust him and have faith that he is working for our good. Gideon didn't have faith that God would follow through with his promise, so he didn't act. That's why he kept asking for those signs. He didn't have faith that that God was going to be using him, that God needed him to carry out his plan. And don't wait for life to make sense and then be obedient and do what God is asking you to do. Because if that's the case, you're not gonna move. You're not gonna move.
Yep.
Life doesn't make sense. That's just how it is.
Yep.
And God would never call you to do something, obviously, that's contrary to his word.
Mm-hmm.
He's not
Yeah.
going to call you to kill someone or to go steal. Oh, go steal that to help the poor. God doesn't work that way.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever he calls you to do always lines up with what his word says. So we need to know his word.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you may be hearing these things and you're like, is that God? Right?
Yep.
But if you hear something inside saying, go talk to that person, maybe they need to adjust a friendly voice.
And sometimes it's okay to actually put out a fleece, so to speak, like a metaphoric fleece. Like for example, I don't know. I think probably around 3 years ago, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do career wise, and I was just like, hey God, like I don't have any more plans. Like I don't like that I can make myself. Whatever you want for my life, whatever like your plan is, I need you to make it happen, or like I'll do whatever, but I need you to make it happen, and he did. Like now I'm working for the church, which is weird, but like, and it won't, it won't always be like that, but like it's okay to do a metaphoric fleece, especially if it aligns with what God's plan is.
Yeah. So we're gonna start wrapping things up.
Yep.
So she's gonna keep.
I have-
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just have
No.
one
No.
more.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
has
yeah,
more.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one more, I swear.
No, it's all good.
Fine.
So someone actually told me this quote,
Mm-hmm.
and it's lodged in here. So God doesn't call the qualified; He qualifies the called.
Repeat that, please.
Yeah,
I
so-
love that saying.
Yeah. So God doesn't call the qualified; He qualifies the called. So God can take ordinary. So Gideon was just an ordinary guy. He came from smallest tribe in Israel. Like, he was kind of a nobody, and He made him this, extraordinary guy. And he was far from perfect and doubted himself all the time, and God still wanted to use him. And that's, we might doubt ourselves. We're gonna make mistakes every single day, but God still wants to use us, and He has so many good plans for us. And we may feel completely unequipped for it, but He's gonna take us, and He's gonna say, okay, I'm going to teach you this. I'm going to prepare you for where I'm taking you. So, yeah.
So can you repeat that saying? I love it. I love that.
I can't take credit for it, but
That's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called.
So that's two great sayings we've had from two great speakers, guest speakers.
Yeah.
The last time it was Lauren that said, "Don't be a peacemaker." Sorry, don't be a
Don't be a peacekeeper.
Be a
peacemaker.
Right? And now we're hearing God does not call the qualified; He qualifies the called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The called. All right, cool.
Cool.
So we've learned quite a bit about obedience. You know, obedience is not with God. Obedience is not a choice.
Yeah.
You know, if God is calling us to do something, He will equip us. He will give us what it takes. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's always easy to follow God,
No.
right? But it becomes easier the more we follow Him. And God is not going to just throw a big curveball at us. He many a times He'll work us up to that. But sometimes He may just say, "Hey, I want you to drop everything and follow me," like He did with Abraham.
Yeah.
Right? So we want to follow God. And at the end of the day, following God is the greatest thing that we can ever do, because you don't know joy and peace until you actually follow God.
Yep.
And you read His Word and you really get to know who He is. So we're going to wrap things up with a prayer, and then we're way over, but we may have time for two questions, right? Which is fine. It was a great discussion. So I'm going to ask.
It's
Avery,
a big
it's
topic.
a big topic.
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack, and there's so many other ways you can go with this. But you know, she brought it down, and we know we focused in on a few of the key things, and we got a great saying tonight, which I'm gonna steal. So I'm gonna have Avery just close us off in a word of prayer, and then we try to wrap up with one or two games.
Sorry, I'm long-winded.
It's fine.
No,
It's good.
Both
it's good.
we are too.
Yeah.
We always go over.
We talk too much.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's our fault.
Okay, so dear Jesus, we want to thank you for this night and everyone who logged on. We just want to ask you to be with us throughout this week. Please take what we learned and put it into practice. Just
Yes,
remember that you're never gonna abandon us. You're always gonna be here right with us, and we can lean on you. We can use you for strength and wisdom, because we fail as human beings every single day. And we just thank you for your love, and that you'll never leave us. You tell us that. And I just pray over all these kids that are logged on, that they're just reminded of how much they're loved as they go throughout the rest of their night and throughout the rest of their week. Let them just be beacons of light for the people around them.
Yes, Lord.
And that they just shine your love to just everyone around them. We just thank you for tonight. We thank you for the laughs, for the games, just being with each other in fellowship. And we just pray all this in your amazing name. Amen.
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 So what we're going to do is we're going to have Avery pick two questions from tonight's message, right? And we're going to give these, 2 points? 3 points?
Should we do one that's just a normal 2-pointer, and then we do a final?
The final, yeah.
Yeah.
The bonus question. So I'm going to put Avery on the spot, and she's going to pick, maybe we don't do any of the true false. We just do one of the multiple choice and
Ooh, okay.
select one for. So this is from the message that we shared tonight. So hopefully you're paying attention.
So just two?
Yeah, we're going to have time for two.
Yes.
So we actually have no time, but we're going to do two.
We'll do 2.
So
I'm trying to pick a hard one.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to just have her ask the question. We
Okay.
had it in PowerPoint, but we just have her ask it.
'Kay.
Because
Okay.
we won't know which one it is. So,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
take it away, Avery. It's all on you.
Okay. So, yeah, this one's a little bit of a hard one. You got to have a good memory for this one.
Mm-hmm.
What items did the Israelites use when they attacked the Midianites?
Ooh, that's
Oh,
a
the
tricky
music's
one.
back. So, A, rocks, torches, and empty jars.
And I hope you guys aren't going back to your Bible. You got to remember this.
Yes.
B, trumpets, empty jars, and rocks. Or C, torches, trumpets, and empty jars.
Okay, let's ask that question one more time.
Okay.
And once your answer is locked in, you can't change it, people.
No.
And don't go back and look at the Bible verses. All right?
I mean, they're using the resources.
I guess. All right.
So what were the answers again?
Okay, so I'll reread everything.
Sure.
So, what items did the Israelites use when they attacked the Midianites? So, A, rocks, torches, and empty jars. B, trumpets, empty jars, and rocks.
Everyone's
C.
saying C.
Torches, trumpets, and empty jars.
Well, because I know the answer to this, and everyone is saying the same answer. What is the answer, Avery?
It's C.
There we go.
So everyone got that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job.
So I think what we'll do is we'll jump right into the bonus round,
Yes.
right? So I feel like there might be a tie, but I think I know a good tiebreaker. But we're
Okay.
going to go into the bonus round,
Okay.
right? Everyone knows how this works. How many points you have, you can put it all in,
Yes.
right? Or you can put
Oh,
in a
Two
portion.
people have 10 points.
Okay,
Yep.
they're putting their points. Xavier and Chloe has 10 points. I want to believe Riley might also have 10 points as well because it was a three-way tie.
So yeah, just a reminder for those who might have forgotten or don't know. So what in this round you could either do all in, which you put in all your points. So let's say you have 5 points, you can put 5 points in, and
Yeah.
if you win to 5 points, then you have 10 points.
Yes.
If you choose to only do 3, then yeah,
You just double the amount of points that you put in.
yes,
But you cannot put in more points than you have
no,
because that would be wrong.
yes.
All right. So while Avery, you have the question ready? A nice
Yeah, I
tough
think so.
one. So this is the
Well,
bonus
wait.
round. So it looks like a lot of people, Xavier went 1 in, Ava went 4 points or all in.
Pastor Andrew says Avery rocks.
Yes, she does. Looks like most people are putting all in. We're going to give you guys a few more seconds to lock in how many points you're putting in. Amber put in 4 points, or all in, like always. She goes all in. Looks like White says 2 points in. Okay, so everyone else put all in. So Xavier's the only one that went with 1 point. Riley went all in, 10 points. So it's a three-way tie right now between Riley, Xavier, and Chloe.
Ooh.
So let's see how this goes. Is it going to pay off for Xavier only putting 1 point in?
I don't know.
So let's see. I hope this is a nice, tough question.
It's
Here we
like
go.
the second last one.
The second, I can't remember which one that was. Sure. I think I can see.
I can see it. Okay, never mind.
That's okay. You can ask the question.
It's all good. Here we go.
It's all good in the neighborhood.
Don't rewind back. Look. Oops. So, why did God say? Why did God say that Gideon had too many men? A, because the Midianites had fewer men and the fight wouldn't have been fair. That was A. B, he wanted to give the men who were scared a last chance to go back home. C, he didn't want the Israelites to brag that they defeated the Midianites in their own strength.
Okay, can you ask that one more time?
Here we
Okay.
go.
Why did God say that Gideon had too many men? A, because the Midianites had fewer men and the fight wouldn't have been fair. B, he wanted to give the men who were scared a last chance to go home. Or C, he didn't want the Israelites to brag that they defeated the Midianites in their own strength.
I don't know. Maybe some of those people, those guys, really wanted to go home, and maybe they had vacations planned or something like that. I don't know.
Pastor Andrew said Z. A little bit down the chart there. So we have lots of C's coming in. Xavier's the only one that said B. Okay. Let's see if that's going to pay off for him.
We'll see.
So we have
Get it.
Chloe with C. With C.
I did change the order of A, B, and C in case they didn't look back.
All right. Looks like it's lots of C. So they're either a lot of them are right, or a lot of them are wrong.
We'll see.
And so what's the right answer, Avery?
Here we go. Wait.
C, C, he didn't want the Israelites to brag that they defeated the Midianites in their own strength.
Oh, so let's see. Everyone put in their
Let's
last
see.
points. If there is a tie, I have a cool tiebreaker.
Okay.
A cool tiebreaker.
I'm pretty sure there is some.
There's going to be a
there's
tie,
gonna be
I think, between
there's
Chloe
gonna be
and...
not Xavier.
No, not Xavier.
He
Xavier's
lost
out.
his points.
Oh,
Sorry,
someone,
bud.
Someone has 16 points.
16 points.
Yeah.
That's Ronan has 16. Isaiah
has 16.
Jocelyn has 8. So
Oh, wow.
leaders aren't taking it tonight.
No. Sorry, leaders. Yeah. So
Amber has 16.
Chloe has 20.
20, yeah. And I
20,
believe
wow.
Riley, if she went all in, she should also have 20.
Yeah. I think
20. So it's going
Yeah.
to come down between Chloe and Riley. So this next round is only for Chloe and Riley for the $10 gift, $5 gift card.
Should we,
Yes.
should we do 2 truths and a lie?
Yes, that's
Oh,
what I was
okay.
thinking.
Oh,
Because no one was
okay.
getting that right.
It's true.
So this is
It's all up
between
in the air now.
Chloe and Riley. All right, only 2 of you guys can answer. All right, and
Okay.
try not to answer each other's questions. So
you
we're gonna do
ready?
2 truths and 1 lie. You need to guess which one is the lie.
You ready?
You ready?
I'm trying to pick a hard one.
I think
They're all hard.
We don't know you. Just let me know when you're ready. 2 truths and 1 lie. This is only for Rebecca and Chloe. Now, you guys can
Yes.
say in the comments who you think's going to win this. All right. I'm rooting for
2,000 years later.
Okay.
I'm rooting for
Should
both
I do
Chloe and
round
Riley.
5 or round 7?
That's up to you.
Well, I want. They can pick.
What's that? Oh, they can pick.
They can
Oh, okay.
pick. Which one do you guys?
Which
wanna
one do you guys want?
do? Round 5
round
or
5 or
7?
round 7? They're like, I don't know. Can we put it all in? Yeah, this one is all in, Riley.
Yes.
So whoever gets this
Whoever
right
wins.
wins.
Yes.
Right? So there's no all in.
There's no points.
Yeah, it's you and Chloe.
Yes.
All right. Looks like I would say let's go with 5.
Yeah. Let's go
Okay.
5.
Let's go 5.
It's
Okay.
5 no matter what, technically.
7 is a holy number.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, it's okay. Seeing that he's both, all 3 of our bosses, let's go with 7.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
So, round 7.
Round
A.
7.
I was baptized in a pool. B.
What type of pool?
I have
Quit with the questions.
B. I have 2 stepbrothers.
Okay.
C. I knit hats.
What? All of these are tough.
Yeah.
Can you repeat those?
Here we go.
A. I was baptized in a pool. B. I have 2 stepbrothers. C. I knit hats.
What type of hats?
Knittable hats.
I mean, like a toque or like a ball cap.
Don't answer that question. It's a trick question.
How is it a trick question?
Because if she answers it, it's either true or false. It's either, right?
How?
Well, if she says she knits
It's
toques,
still a hat,
yeah, but then that's a truth. If she answers the
but she could
question-
just lie anyways.
I guess she can. All right, so Chloe says it's B. So
Ooh.
Riley, what do you say it is?
Andrew can't answer.
Well, you can try.
He could try just for fun.
For fun, yeah. So let's see what Riley answers. All right.
Okay, B. Oh,
Okay.
B
Oh,
is true.
B is true.
It
So
has
you,
to be.
You have to pick the lie. You
Wait,
have
so
to pick the
who-
lie.
Who's choosing?
So
It's Chloe, or she's on the charity's name, and
Or
then there's
Rebecca,
or Rebecca, which is
is
Riley.
Riley.
Oh, okay.
So they both pick it. You guys can't pick the same.
Well, and it's you're picking the lie. You're not picking the
yes,
truth.
you're
Yeah.
picking the truth. So which one do you think is the lie?
Yes.
This is intense.
Here
Which
we go.
is the lie?
Maybe just repeat them just so.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
can you repeat one? Yes.
So A. I was baptized in a pool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
B. I have 2 stepbrothers.
Mm-hmm.
C. I knit hats.
Okay, so,
So she
Riley
says
thinks
C.
C is the lie.
Okay.
Chloe, are you sticking with B or are you?
I think she said it. So
What's
that's
that?
she has like said B. So. you
Yeah,
know,
but I think Riley also said B.
No. She said C. Riley said C now.
Oh, the second time around, yeah, she said
Yeah,
C.
yeah.
Okay. So are you sticking with B, Chloe? Because we're gonna drop the gauntlet.
And you can't pick C now.
All right. I am going to assume she's sticking
Yeah.
with B.
Last
Nothing.
chance.
Okay. I'm sticking with B. All right. So what is the
Here we
right
go.
answer?
The wrong answer.
Oh, the wrong answer.
answer.
What is the lie?
Here we go.
A. I was not baptized in a pool.
That's the
Ooh.
lie?
Yeah.
So they're
Come
both
on,
wrong.
They're both wrong.
Oh my
I'm
word.
sorry.
You're too good at this. So this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I am going to pick a number. And to be honest, I'm going to show Caleb the number in my head.
Yes. And whoever's closest?
Whoever is closest
Yeah.
without going over.
Yes.
It's a number under 20. Number under 20.
Let's under 20.
Okay, a number under 10. Fine. A
Let's not
number
make this
under 10.
complicated.
All right, I'm going to show him the number. So, okay. you
They
see-
could see that. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I just showed Caleb my number. So you need to pick a number closest to the number that I just picked without going
And put it
over.
in the chat.
And put it in the chat. This is only for Chloe and Riley.
Oh.
Oh, Chloe did say Riley can have it.
Well, last time Xavier said Chloe can have it, I gave them both.
That's what she's trying to do. But yeah, put in the chat like what number you
What
think
number
is.
do you think it is?
Yes, and whoever's closest will get it.
We'll get it without going over. Well, if they both go over, whoever is closest.
Or they both get the closest.
This will be one long tie.
Yes. All right, let's see. What number is it? Number under 10. Chloe says 4.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so Riley cannot pick 4. Riley says 7. And what
Here we
was the
go.
number that I picked, Caleb?
He picked 5.
5.
So you got it, Chloe.
So Chloe is our winner tonight.
There you go.
But I, you know what? Because they work so hard, I'm gonna get Riley a gift card myself.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, you
Fair enough.
guys paid attention. You stuck it out.
Yeah.
You fought to the bitter end.
Yes.
So we're gonna give you guys both a gift card.
What type of gift card?
To
One that I
Burger
c-
King, of course.
Yes, so I
Yeah, of
guess
course.
the Burger King. So we want to
Time is running out. Burger King.
Well, we want to thank Avery for joining us. You will be with us for the other Tuesday
Yeah.
nights for the next 2 months. So you'll be seeing a lot of her. Stay tuned
Yes.
on Sunday, guys. On Sunday, you're going to see a full-blown interview with Avery, so we can get to know her a little bit
Show
more.
all her secrets.
All her secrets.
No, okay.
You'll know why I got stuck on a slide.
There you go.
All right, but before we wrap up, we have a new memory verse for this month.
Yes.
If you can show that, Caleb.
Here you go.
And it goes like this. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And that's found in Joshua 24:15. Last time I said Josiah.
Yeah.
Wow. So that once again for the month of May, and I hope you guys learn this memory verse. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So that's our theme for this month. You're going to see it throughout the Sunday morning services. We're going to be showing it every Tuesday
Yep.
for the month of May. So I guess that's it from moi.
Yep.
How about you, Caleb? Anything you want to share?
No, I'm good. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Anything, Avery?
I hope you're not too mad at me.
So we just want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. May God richly bless each and every one of you. And tell your friends, if you like what you saw tonight, hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We're all about sharing God's love and having some fun together doing so. So this is Andre and
Is it Caleb?
Avery.
poor Caleb. Shutting down for tonight. God bless and see you guys next week, God's willing.